Howdy all, Matt from Maffy's Garden. We've just got an update on the compost video. I was going to do a first week video and then a second week, but basically I've just jammed 3 weeks worth all in together, just to how to take care of it, how to keep it going, how to, especially in them, like the first 3 weeks are the important. You need to keep the moisture in there. You need to keep the oxygen in there. You need to keep a bit of heat in there. Especially if you want to get compost quick. Basically, how I roll is I get compost. I can get compost quick. I get compost quick, but I'm doing it the easiest way possible that I can. So hopefully this video explains that to you guys as simply and easily as it can, because that's what I want to happen. It's about doing it easy. It's about getting what you want at the end, but doing it the easiest, cheapest, simplest way, which is how I like to roll. Basically with everything got to. There's no point doing stuff the hard way if it can be done easy. Yeah, rock on. Hope you like it. Got a compost update. We're on day 3, afternoon of day 3. I've just checked them. The old pole's on 54 thereabouts, and the new pole's just on 60. But it's a bit dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to fully turn them. I'm going to half-ass turn them. That's how I roll. And I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean by that. Like a full turn is, it's a bit of work. If I can just do a half turn in between days, especially if it needs to get a bit of moisture in there, which this one does, it's just heaps easier, quicker, blah blah blah. We'll show you. Look, so this is the first pole here, and you can see, well, you can't really see, it's hard to see, but you can. It's obviously 60 degrees is warmish, but yeah, I just got to get a bit more moisture in there. So right, so what I've done there, that probably wasn't the best camera angle to show you, but hopefully you got the idea. But I'll just run you through that quickly now. Focusing on the new pole, I've scraped all the stuff off the top. Just basically gone through and gone with the fork and pulled it off. Okay, and I've done a little bit on the old pole as well, but mainly focusing on the new pole. So that's all come off straight off the top. I've chucked a heap of, not a heap of water, but a fair bit of water in there. And then when I've put the compost or the grass clippings and the leaves back into the pile, because I've scraped it off and I've got the stuff from the top, when I've scraped it off, it's come to the bottom. So, and then I've scraped it off in bits, but when I've put it back on, I've scooped it from the bottom and put it in, so it has rotated a little bit, getting a bit of that outside to the inside. It's not like a full turn, but what I've just done there is about 3 or 4 minutes work, as opposed to 15-20 minutes work. Okay, so that's why I do that. It helps heaps, and it's quick, and that's what I'm about. Work smarter, not harder. Right, so we're at day 6 here. I'm just going to do another half turn. You can hear the rustle of the leaves, so it needs a bit of moisture in there. So Yeah, right, so it's day, what did I say, day 6. So that's just a half turn this afternoon again, bit of water. Right, so we're at day 7 or day 8 here. And it's pretty much, it's still getting a bit of heat in there. It's sitting around the 50, but I like it a bit warmer. I like it to be up around that 60 something, so especially in this early stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer both lots, both the old and the new, into the second bay, and I'm going to incorporate some more fresh. There's 3 bags of grass clippings there. So cut yesterday, nice and green. Probably add, I won't add I'll add that yay much. Right, so that's a full turn on that compost, and adding in some bit of extra material, which is just grass clippings. Just I choose not to add too much more brown material in that situation when it's still a little bit dry. It's probably down the bottom. Both them piles weren't too bad moisture-wise. One of them was probably, the newer one was actually probably a little on the wet side down the bottom, and probably just due to the wet grass when we started off, possibly. But on the top it was, yeah, just it was drying out a bit too much. So to get them all into that one pile, one bigger pile, with a bit of more grass clippings, and that'll go fine. That's probably all we'll need to do to that actual compost pile now. I may turn it once more and chuck in another bag or 2 of grass. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it travels. It's grass clippings and leaves. That's all we're making it from. We're not, and then we're just adding water. So with that pile now, what I will do is just every few days I'll go through and I'll rough the top of it up with some with the garden fork, and yeah, just chuck a bit of water in the top of it, and that should keep it. I don't cover my piles. I couldn't be bothered, because I'm checking them most days anyway, and I have tried it before, and it's just a pain, because I prefer to know what's going on in there. And then if you've got to take a tarp off and all that, it's too hard. So yeah, I'll just scrape a bit of, not even scraping, it's just roughing up that top bit with a fork and putting a bit of water in there. So right, so we're about 3 weeks in. It can go a little bit more. There's still a little bit of that grass that we added into there that hasn't broken down yet. But if you wanted to use that in the garden, you could, and that's done all right for 3 weeks. I won't use it in the garden. If I had to, I would. I wouldn't pot up with it, definitely. But it will get one more turn. It'll get turned into here again. I'll get it 2 more turns because I'll turn it into this one, and then eventually I'll turn it into the last one where the chickens. But this is 3 weeks, so you got to be happy with that. Well, thanks for watching. If you've got to here, you've watched all that. Hopefully you've learnt something out of that, and hopefully you've picked something up out of that. Hopefully that just gets more people composting, because that's the most important thing, is that we need to compost. Compost is good. Compost is great. It's good for soil building. It's good for microorganisms. It's good for everything. And it's the basis of, we need to be building soil life. We need to be building that into our soil life, as opposed to chemical fertilizers and chemical, you've heard it all before, and I won't go on about all that sort of stuff because I don't like to. I prefer to keep it positive and keep it on track to what I like to do, and that it's about building good soil. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Where am I? Up here. Happy days.